All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Well, before I did this video, I tried to do a quick search, uh, uh, reviewing and going through, other homesteaders channels, other people that live in the country, that's on a piece of land, and we're pretty much living and doing the same thing. We're growing our food. We're raising our children. We're hunting. Things of that nature. And one of the videos that I could not find and locate was a video specifically talking about homesteading healthcare in you. So this is what I'm going to talk about because, see, this is a topic that is important, critical, because we live in a world today where people think that just because they move geographical locations, that the challenges that everybody experience goes away as a direct result of us being in the country, raising our own food, hunting, raising animals, all of that stuff, right? Well, water, the whole 9 yards, which is all good. However, from a healthcare perspective, we need to still understand that, you can get a leg broken, you can suffer from any kind of injury. Your body needs maintenance. Now, I'm all for the homeopathic remedies associated with making sure that you are healthy. And I think that plays a big role. And me personally, we're under no doctor's care. We're under no kind of medications. And that's a good thing because we can contribute that to the way we live. However, the fact of the matter is that your body still needs to be maintained. Perfect example, dental care. Been talking about it for years. We, on this piece of land, we use natural ingredients or natural toothpaste. Me personally, I use hydrogen peroxide, peppermint oil, and baking soda to brush my teeth. And as you see, I do that because I get compliments all the time on my smile. They said, man, you got a beautiful smile. And that smile needs to be maintained. And as a direct result of me not only making sure that I take care of my teeth, I also make sure that I go and have regular doctor's visits. This is on the line of preventative maintenance. Not even getting in the notion that, things happen on a homestead all the time. And I'm going to tell you a story that we experienced just recently. But you need to make sure that you are plugged in or that you have access to some type of doctor's care when it comes to things like injuries, when it comes to things like just regular preventative maintenance. There's nothing wrong. I'm not anti-doctor. I believe in this modern day age that you can go ahead and use their facilities, use their diagnostic tools to understand what's going on in your body, and then go the homeopathic route in order to make sure that you get good on track. I firmly believe that. But we have an epidemic of people that are moving out to the country and they're not taking into consideration these things. And it's showing up in their lives. It's showing up in the way in which they don't take care of their bodies. They're not taking care of their teeth. They're not taking care of their eyes. I mean, listen here. I wear glasses, and that did not change due to the simple fact that I moved out into the country. Do you understand? I still need glasses. So, and I like me a nice pair of glasses as well. And my wife wears glasses as well. And so we need to make sure that we're maintaining these glasses, because if I can't see, I can't shoot. If I can't see, I can't see an intruder or robber or somebody that's attempting to do harm to myself and my family. I need to make sure that I can use these facilities in order to make sure that I'm well taken care of and my family is well taken care of. So if you're out an hour, 2 hours from any kind of doctors or facilities or anything like that, how do you deal with that? See, these are the things that are not talked about when it comes to healthcare and homesteading. You need to make sure that you have access to some type of facilities. I'll give you a perfect example, right? And this went into the reason why there's certain situations that I don't get involved with, particularly baby mamas. But because when you are covering a woman, you have to assume a certain degree of responsibility for those children as well. So I'm in a situation here where my daughter falls down, bumps her head. They take her to, we take her to the local emergency room. And guess what? They don't have, here where I am in particular, they do not have facilities to deal with minors when it comes to certain kind of injuries. So you know what had to happen? They had to fly her by helicopter just to be sure she's fine. There was nothing wrong with her, but we had to fly her out via helicopter to the nearest pediatric doctor's office, which is in Louisville, Kentucky. That is over 3 hours away from where I am now. Now, if you're dealing in a situation where you have children and you don't have access to facilities, you could put yourself and your family in harm's way. See, people don't talk about this. People don't talk about this. The average homesteader is out. And of course, we can apply all of the homeopathic aspects of healing and all of that stuff. You can do all of that. However, you may run into a situation as to where you have to go to the doctor. I've heard it. I've heard it time and time again. Pregnancy. There may be situations where you have to go to an emergency room because, again, hey, it's a beautiful thing to have a baby on a homestead. It's a beautiful thing to have a baby set apart. But these are complications that take place that you have to be prepared for so that you don't put your wife and your children and your family in harm's way. These things need to be talked about and taken into consideration when you're moving on a homestead, when you're moving out of the city into the country, because a lot of one of the main reasons why a lot of people don't want to move is because you have all of the facilities, you have all of the doctors, and you have all of the modern day conveniences inside of the cities. But you have to deal with the trade-offs. So we as homesteaders, we as people that don't want to live in the city because of all of the crime and all of the vandalism and all of the pesticides and herbicides and the fluorinated water and the chemtrails, even though I see chemtrails out here, but all of those things we don't want to deal with, but there is a trade-off, and we get and we understand that. So before you move to a homestead or a piece of land, make sure that you have all your ducks in a row in terms of where the nearest dentist that you can plug into, where are the nearest eye doctors that you can plug into. Because see, specs, they cost money. I spent a lot of money on eyeglasses. And let me tell you, being that I'm a prepper, I make sure that I have 2, 3, 4, and 5 pairs of eyeglasses as well as contacts just in case I need them. You understand? It's important that I make sure that when I roll up on a client, I'm talking to them, that my teeth don't look like, it's just nasty to see somebody open up their damn mouth and their mouth looks atrocious. I just don't understand it. But hey, if that's the way people want to live, That's fine by me. I got nothing to do with that. But it's for me and my house and my responsibilities, because this goes to the responsibilities of a man. This goes to the responsibilities of man. You making sure that you're taking care of the health and wealth and safety of not only your wife and your children and yourself. And a lot of people I see out there are failing miserably at it. But hey, again, if that's the standard that people have, no problem here. But you need to make sure that you have access to facilities just in case something happens, and have a game plan just in case something happens. Because if you don't, you're putting your wife and your family in harm's way. And that's not something that we want to do. So again, make sure that you're taking into consideration healthcare facilities, access to those healthcare facilities. And bigger is all, how you paying for it.